Hi, it's Wombat. I just wanted to do a quick walkthrough with you on how to make a little notebook. We're going to turn this paper into two of these guys and two of these guys. So two 3x5 notebooks and two little Faerie notebooks. This is 67-pound cover stock, and this is 3 sheets of just 20-pound copy paper. We'll start with the cover. The focus here is to make the 3x5s. It's to make these guys. We start with something that's 5 inches or a little more than 5 inches, so we can cut off and square up the edges. And then this is twice 3 or 6 inches, so we'll do a little more than 6. This is 8.5 by 11. We'll trim this down. I usually do about 6 1/4. We'll get that down there. Make a cut. The big cuts like this, save, because this is what we're going to make the Faerie notebook out of. So this is cut to 6 1/4. And now I'm going to cut this, so 5 3/8. Zoop. That's one cover. And this, we do the 5 3/8 again to make a second one. We got these covers, plaster it right up against the bottom here, and then fold it over. What you want to do is make sure both sides match up with the underneath. Take the folder, do that, get a nice crease in it. Boom, we have our booklet. Same thing with the other one. Just make sure the corners line up. You just want a nice fold. Boop. You can set these aside, do the interior pages. Just make sure they're all squared up, and we'll do all 3 together. 6 1/4, same sizes as the cover. You do a cut there. These guys will be the interior of the Faerie notebooks. 5 3/8. Here's our first set of interior pages. 5 3/8. And just like we did with the covers, square it up against the bottom of the cutter. And take your folding tool, get a nice crease in it, and then do the other batch. Now, since we're squaring up the bottom and then doing the top, kind of folded over it, you'll get some overlap. We'll take care of that shortly. You load up the stapler. We got the nice blue staples here. It doesn't necessarily match, but at least it's in the same color palette. Load it up, and we're good to go. You take a cover, take the interior pages. You don't have to worry about being terribly precise, but you do want the creases to line up as closely as possible. You press down so the edge is right along the edge of the tool here. For now, I just eyeball it. Get a staple in it, flip it around, do it again. And then bind it up. Here we go. Alright, so we have a rough bound. We'll do the second rough bound. Press it down to make sure it's right on the edge. And get a staple in it. Flip it around. Make sure it's even. Okay. So now we got 2 rough bound notebooks. The next thing we do, we square up the edges. Alright, so this is going to be 5 inches by 3 inches. The only square side we have is the bound edge. You want it greater than 5 because we've still got to cut off the other end. I do like 5 3/16 or something, just split the difference. So this is 8 pages, so you'll want to take a few times at it. I usually just press down as hard as I can, and then go back and forth a few times until the paper cutting noise stops. And there, it's a nice clean edge. And we flip it around, and this time we measure. We want it 5 inches. So we do that, line it right up on the 5-inch line, press down. Alright, so we got top and bottom clean. And then this we want to be 3. So here we go. Take the corner chopper. Open it up. Like I said, I like to use the 1/4-inch side, so that's up here. Alright, so just line it up, get it in there as far as you can, hold it down squarely, and snap, rounded corners. So we go from square, get that close up here, as square as possible. Boom. For the big ones, I keep the inside corners square and the outside corners round. And there we go. We have a notebook. We'll do the same 3 cuts on here. Yeah, sometimes you get a little hanger on or you miss a little bit. It's okay, you can line it up again. And let it rip. The outside corners. Boom. Flip it around. Same thing on the other corner. All set. You get a little chaff like that. You want an X-Acto knife, and you can take care of it. All right. 2 3x5 notebooks. Ooh. For the Faerie Notebooks, so we want 5.5. Zip. And I originally started making these because I had this left over from the 3x5 notebooks. All right, 5.5. Quick cut. And again, it's the same methodology as the big ones. Square it up on the bottom. Fold it over. Good solid crease. Take the other one. Fold it over. Line up the corners as much as you can. Good solid crease. Same thing with the interior pages. Once you get used to this, this cranks along like nobody's business. This is going to be a little longer because I'm telling you as I go. Only 1 staple. Again, the most important part is to make sure the creases line up. And try to hit this in the middle as much as you can. 1 staple. Done. And again. Right in the middle as much as possible. 1 staple. And we're good to go. Time to trim these guys. Like 2 1/8, 2 1/4, something like that. Press down as hard as you can. Flip it over. And we want this a true 2-inch. Press it down. 2.5. Look at that. So this, just like the other one, use the 1/4 inch. Now for this, I do the inside corners as well. It makes it a little more fanciful. But it's just boom, 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 and boom. Here we go. 1 Faerie notebook. So we'll do the same cuts with this guy. I'm not being tremendously careful because these guys are just kind of like party favors at this point. All right, 2 inches. 2.5. 1 corner. Boom. 2 corners. Line it up, press it in. 3 corners. 4 corners. That's it. So we turned a piece of cover stock and 3 pieces of just regular copy paper into 2 little Faerie notebooks and 2 3x5s. So that is how it works. Video timer tells me I've been here for 17.5 minutes, but I've been talking to you for some of that, so this is not a long process at all. Thank you for watching. I hope this is helpful to you. Good luck binding. Carry on. Go make stuff.